Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. We're back today with our faction account, the Team Graveborn account, which on 26-12 we're continuing to make progression. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the team. As you can see here, we do have 3 heroes with a plus 30 signature item already. Grez is only at plus 20 at this point. Same with Nara at the plus 20. We have Oden at the plus 20. We have Torn at the plus 20. So continuing to focus on building heroes on this account. If we get a couple more copies, I want to build Isolde. I've heard he is absolutely insane on the account. We know he does phenomenal in the faction tower, but with his set bonus and his signature item, the furniture set bonus and his signature item being very, very powerful when it comes to PvE as well, with the bonus that he's bringing. So looking here, we do have 15,000 gems. So we'll go ahead. We have 1,500 of our arcane cards as well. 3 stones here, which look double Ogie, but definitely happy to get a Rowan. Anytime we can pull a Rowan, definitely helps the team because that will help with our Lightbearer team. Magician's Hat, 1,500 summons, so we'll go ahead and continue getting red chests. We're banking a lot of red chests on this account, which they're 150 essence plus some cards. Definitely a good pull there. Remember with the Twisted Essence, you can buy it in, I believe, the barracks, but look at that, 4 cards and a red chest. Very, very nice pull there. You can buy it in the barracks, but it is pretty costly. Other than that, every other day is the only way to get more of the tree essence, and that's why so many people focus on buying it or focus on getting it from events or getting it from different resources, because you can only get it every 2 days with the bosses. And our final pull here, which brings us a little more essence. So we have 50 overall. We'll pick up a couple more red chests. So that gives us another 60 chests there. Just like we did on the other account, we'll go ahead and get 25 primordial emblems versus doing the gold. All right, so looking at the bag, let's open all these really quick. Just because we're far enough in progression not to just sit on them, and we do use the money for quite a bit. We have 48 Stargazer cards, still looking for Taline. And look, we have 3 tier 2 stones already, as well as 120 red chests, 512 amplifying, and 657 of the primordial. A couple more rare stones there. So a lot of stuff going on with the account and a lot of progression that we can make as long as we have food. We have a little double star on Rowan there, adding his 2nd star. All right, so looking at the summons, as you can see, 22 scrolls, 160 companion points, 32 faction scrolls. So we have a lot of faction scrolls. Hopefully we can pull Damon. If not, we're building Isolde. 15,000 diamonds, and Damon is in there. So stargazing for Taline. These are cards that I've been pulling out of the faction tower on all of the accounts, including my main account. We've been pushing the faction tower very, very hard to pick up more Stargazer cards. So as you can see here, Taline is still the primary focus across these accounts, which no copy there. We are not getting lucky with copies of Taline at this point, which there's a copy and a Lightbearer card. Very nice. Not sure exactly how far she is built on this account, but just a couple more chests there. And the final pull, which brings us another copy. So double copies of Taline. Very, very nice. That is good pull. Good odds there for the copies we pulled. So let's go ahead and get into the companion points. Again, looking for a couple copies of Damon, and there we go. An elite right off the bat, which is a copy of Gorvo. Choice heroes, we got 9 more days till the reset. We were building Torn, but I'm thinking Damon we can build at this point. We'll go ahead and swap this one to our Graveborn faction. Do our 3 summons here. Hopefully we get a double or a triple would be ideal. Which 4 rares on that pull. This one gives us just a couple more. So the next one we will get an elite. Hopefully it is going to be more than just one. But just one elite, which is a copy of Torn. So we might have enough copies if we continue to get a couple more to go ahead and build him. He's a hero I've never seen ascended, and I would like to try him. That's why we started building the newer heroes, Oden, Torn, Daemon, a couple heroes that we've been focusing on building just because we've never seen him. We have another elite right there. which is a copy of Kaz. Some people use her. Some people say she is definitely a fodder hero that no one should use. I know when it comes to the ranking, she was pretty far down the ranking overall. So we got another copy of Elite Plus Taylene. Got another copy of Torn, which is good. We might be able to build him, is what I'm thinking at this point. But we still have 4 more pulls here, and another Elite, which is a copy of Sophia. Definitely one of, if not the best Mauler hero. Falling Sun ability does an insane amount of damage. Usually if you get it full force, it'll kill whoever it hits, regardless of pretty much whatever hero it is. And then final Elite for our pull, which is a copy of Falks. So we do have 1 card on the table, couple more emblems there, which across the accounts, we have been stockpiling emblems, just waiting for more heroes. Is a copy of Isabella. I believe Isabella on this account is already at 5 stars, so we won't be able to get her any higher, but with her being at 5 stars, that will give us more food. So essentially we'll have more food for the rest of the heroes that we're working on. And if we have to feed her, we definitely can. Because I believe at this point, our whole entire Graveborn team is 5 stars short of Oden, if I remember correctly. So let's see, that gives us a food for Savannah there. Another copy of Naru. All right, so looking here, we have Savannah, we have Naru, we have double Shamira, and we have Torn. So Torn we're just waiting on copies of, because we're not going to have enough heroes to go ahead and get them up any higher, unfortunately. As you can see, we have our 5 heroes max there. So as we continue to pull more Graveborn heroes, pretty much those 5 will be fodder at this point. But we don't have enough copies of Torn either. We have 2 there, and that is it. So we still need double copies of Torn to get him ascended. We still need another Elite Plus Isolde, an Elite Plus Baden, an Elite Plus Torn. And then we do have Shamira, which I'm consider building for the event, but I can always merc her, which is the reason we're kind of holding out. So unfortunately, not much progression on the Graveborn team right now, but we can go ahead and look at the Oaken Inn. Here we do have 17,000 furniture. I don't believe we have 3 set bonuses for anybody at this point, but looking at the workshop itself, as you can see, Torn, Isolde, Daemon, which we haven't even unlocked yet, and Taylene is in there as well. So let's go ahead and pull a bunch of furniture. Hopefully we can get a 3 set bonus for one of our primary heroes. And there's our little red twinkle. Gives us a copy of Daemon. Dying Wish ability. Enemies that have already dealt damage to him receive 40% increased damage for 3 seconds. So once we build him, he is going to be our choice hero once we get Torn built. And continuing to focus on him. I believe that might be the 2nd piece that we have gotten for him. And there's another piece, which it is Daemon again. So I believe that's the same one we just got, but double pieces for him. That might give us enough for the red furniture. All right. So let's see. I don't think we have double pieces for anybody at this point. So even here, that added his furniture in there. So we have a piece for Thorn, we have a piece for Oden, 2, which they were different pieces for Daemon. We have 1 for Nara. And that's all we have in there. So overall, just adding more defense, adding more accuracy. Isabella, who is our primary, we haven't seen any pieces for her. But even though our attack went down a little bit, crit amplification went up a lot. Thorin received healing, went up. Health went down just slightly, which is fine. Haste went up quite a bit. We do also have Oden, which adding a lot to him. So health went up, attack went up, dodge went up. So unfortunately, no set bonuses for the heroes here today. All All right, so that will do it for the furniture, even though we got 2 pieces of Damon's furniture. So I'm actually going to save that last scroll, because if we can get Damon up, we can actually use that to get his 3 set bonus and see just how well that set bonus performs. But overall, that will do it for the heroes. Let's look at them really quick. Signature item wise. See, I was thinking Odin, but level 20 is where he does good. Even going to 30 doesn't make that big of a difference. For Torn, if we're going to 30, the Life Leech ability, immune to crowd control, is pretty strong, but I'm going to hold off just because I don't want to miss out on Damon's ability if we go ahead and build him, or when we go ahead and build him, because Torn is still relatively new and we don't know how well he is going to perform. But I believe overall we do have a couple of our tier stones, so we can continue to strengthen our items. So this will add quite a bit of attack, as you can see, from 2100 to 5500. Then I believe on the agility side we have 2 stones that we've picked up. Since we've unlocked these with the Field of Stars, they've added a lot more stones. I've gotten a lot more gear. I've gotten a lot more stones as we've continued progression in here. It's been kind of crazy with the amount of materials that I've been getting to help progression. 1200 attack to 3000, so adding a lot more to Pharrell, and he has all of his faction specific gear. So we just have a couple more pieces to work on, which I believe we do have a couple reset scrolls. So Thorin is good. Pharrell is good. Grez, we'll go ahead and reset this piece. And if we can get a Graveborn, this will finish 4 of our heroes. Unfortunately not. We'll keep it with the Light Bearers. But that pretty much does it for the heroes. Even Odin has 2 pieces. So we're getting very, very lucky with the Graveborn team. As you can see, 5 5-star heroes overall. 3 of them having maxed out signature items, plus 20 on the other 4. And most of their gear is faction specific. So 26-12 is where we're at now. Let's go ahead and level up our heroes. I almost forgot. So we're at 271. But we do have a significant amount of essence. We might run out of gold before we have a chance to finish out all the essence. This is the only account across all of the faction accounts that we've been lacking gold. Not sure if it's because I have the faction specific gear or more faction gear for this overall team, and we've spent a lot more money, which is where I think a majority of it went. But that is level 276, 277, so we're just about out of gold. It's going to be close, 278. And if we had more gold, we would be able to continue past 278. But look at that. Already at level 278, giving us 19 million overall attack rating, which is definitely getting stronger. 26-12, let's go ahead and get into the campaign. So here we are on 26-12, our first boss stage here. As you can see, we have Iran. Have to make sure we neutralize him, so we actually moved Thorin to the top to also counter Athalia. A lot of times for Athalia, you can easily use a dodge hero like we used for Pharrell right here, or you can use a tank. I use Thorin, I use Grez, kind of to tank Athalia because of the burst damage that she can put out towards the beginning. But as you can see, very easy stage. As long as Isabella can go ahead and cast, does a ton of damage, or 8 million, 6.5 from Pharrell. So doing a lot of damage overall, bringing us to 26-16, a Brutus Stage. Brutus Stage for this team is actually pretty easy. Main focus we want to look at here is Nemitsu versus Nara. If Nemitsu continues to build totems, and once he has totems up, they are a huge distraction. So he is one similar to Arden, Nemitsu, Baden, any of the heroes that go ahead and produce ads or totems. They're very, very beneficial to get down earlier because they will scale over time. Here, of course, we're picking up Verk. And a lot of times I try to pick up the hero that Thorin is putting the dot on, the taint ability on, because not only are we going to be doing more damage to that hero, usually you can burn them down in a couple seconds because of the taint ability being on there. If you've noticed though, when you're fighting Thorin, like in this case, very, very tough to get him down because you do have to kill him twice. Let's look at the damage on this one. 12.5 million damage from Isabella, still doing a crazy high amount of damage. 26-24, again, we put Nara in the middle to deal with Pharrell, or excuse me, not Pharrell, Falks, just because Falks will CC Isabella. Isabella is a very, very powerful hero if she is allowed to cast. So again, focusing on getting Falks out of the equation and not allowing him to confine somebody makes this a very easy stage. Using the hero properly, 9 million damage there from Isabella. Continuing to this one, priority is Arden. As you can see right in the middle, Leica or Arden are kind of the real two. You can see Nara in the bottom just got rooted and killed by Leica. If we would have focused on Arden here, which it's kind of a trade-off between the heroes, because Leica is very, very easy to kill, and with her defense reduction, you can actually die really fast, and Grez will die super, super fast if you don't have a counter for her, for Leica, because of the defense reduction on Grez. But even here, 15.5 million damage from Isabella, even though we kind of made the option to go with Nara on that one. This one, Nara to the bottom, because again, Verk, we're going to go ahead and pick him up. As you can see, has the taint ability on him. First, about 5 seconds, he was absolutely destroyed, so we took him out of the equation. Nara picks up the next tank, as you can see there from Cirrus. Very easy to get both of them down when you're eliminating heroes quickly with Pharrell and his Fear. Overall, very, very easy stage. Again, utilizing and nullifying the heroes that we need to. 12 million damage there from Isabella. Brings us to 26-36. So we are just flying through this campaign. Here we do go ahead and pick up Shamira. The reason is Shamira is very, very strong, even though she killed Nara right there. She was taking out one of our tanks, usually in about 5 seconds with her Soul Siphon ability, killing our tanks super, super quick. So to increase the survivability, we actually had Nara pick her up. As you can see, it did work in this campaign stage, even though we do have to fight Thorin twice. And of course, Isabella is banished, as you've seen there. But once she's back, look at how fast she casts. That's allowing her to do an insane amount of damage. 17.5 million damage to get the stage done, bringing us to 26-40, so 2/3 of the way through 26 at this point. And the faction teams are making a ton of progress going through here. Isabel, again, once she starts casting, as you can see, she does a ton of damage. We have Pharrell there, nullifying the energy regeneration, which is what makes him so powerful and really a key to this team. So looking at the damage here, 10 million there. So even though Pharrell is not doing that much damage as we enter 26-44, always pick up Iran with Nara. Pharrell is about the energy mitigation. So even here, the energy mitigation that he's taking away from Lucius, or the energy disintegration, allowed us to keep Lucius from shielding the entire party and prolonging the battle. So that is what makes Pharrell such a phenomenal hero, is the energy disintegration. Same with Nara, that they actually bring to the teams. 26-48. Again, in this one, we're going to have Nara pick up Pharrell because we don't want to get the energy disintegration on us, because he would either target Grez or Thorin, and both of them, we do want to continue building energy on both of them. And it looks like Nara went down pretty quick in this one, but we should be able to get it down, especially because look at Isabella in the bottom. Even though now she's banished, if they let her completely free cast, she can destroy entire teams very, very fast. As you can see there, 5 kills she got in total, 15 million damage there on 26-48. 26-52, this is another tough stage. So we'll have Nara pick up Sylvana because Sylvana's going to go on Isabella. And again, really knowing the heroes and where they're going to go will help you in battle, which this one we got completely destroyed here. Almost got the Thorin cheese to work. I did set him up perfectly for the cheese. We took off his chest plate, reduced some of his armor so he can take more damage, but look at that. Shamira killed him in the matter of like 3 seconds with the first one. Second one just killed him straight up, never even had a chance to ult, not one single time. So let's go ahead and switch Thorin to the bottom. We'll have Nara continue to pick up Sylvana, which I might have Nara pick up Leica but very, very tough team comp when you're fighting Shamira. She absolutely destroys, and with Brutus's immunity shield. So that'll do it for the Graveborn account. We ran this stage 2652 about 30 times, no luck. Even swapping in Oden, did not have any luck with completing the stage, but look at how many stages we went through, and crazy amount of progression as we continue to work on the faction teams. Let's go ahead and collect up our loot here, because once we did our stage, we get some good loot, T1 stones. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Still trying to work and summon on Damon. So as we continue, we'll pull him. And as always, thank you guys for watching.